Take a look at the Quran. You will see certain passages like Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 256, which says, La ikraha fi din, there is no compulsion in religion. And Muslims will quote this and they will say, look, it says there's no compulsion in religion. Obviously it's peaceful. And Surah Al-Kafirun, towards the end of the Quran, says, look, you have your religion, for me my religion. Again, a relatively peaceful message. But the Quran also has verses like in chapter 9, verse 5, slay the infidel wherever you find them. Lay siege to them and take them captive. Chapter 9 verse 29 says, fight the Jews and Christians until they pay the tax and feel humiliated. Chapter 9 verse 111 says, Allah has bought your life and your property for this, that you may slay in battle and be slain. So you got the peaceful as well as the violent. Now historically you can look into the pages of early Islam and see what Muhammad taught was an originally peaceful message. Chapter 2 of the Quran came early. Surah Al-Kafirun came early. And then it culminated, the last chapter of the Quran, the last major chapter of the Quran, which was revealed, is Surah 9, this violent chapter. And so Islam, according to Islamic tradition, culminated into this message of ultimately violence.
For the first 13 years of Muhammad's life, he was living in Mecca in Saudi Arabia, and he was outnumbered by the unbelievers. In that period, he knew he couldn't attack them because they were too numerous and they would vanquish him. They would pretty much destroy him and his movement. So those verses were composed in that period, where he's talking about, to you your religion, to me my religion, no compulsion, you know, God will settle on the day of judgment, to each his own. But then he migrated to Medina and he becomes the head of a state. Now he has an army. Now he has warriors who are willing to kill and be killed for Allah and His Messenger. So now the tone changes. It goes from, to you your religion, to now, listen, you either become Muslim if you're an idolater or we kill you, or in the case of Jews and Christians, if you don't want to become a Muslim, pay the sum of money as a sign that Islam has conquered you, subjugated you, and humiliated you. That's why you have these contradictions in the Quran.